Okay, so Christmas is almost here, and I'm sure a lot of you are wanting to gift some fragrances. And if you're not, then you probably should be. And I know fragrances can get really expensive. Your Creeds, your Tom Fords, your Memos, yada yada yada. But what if I were to tell you that there is a much more affordable way of smelling like some of these high-end luxury niche fragrances? And that's what I want to talk to you guys about today. Barrett Fragrances, a much more affordable way of smelling like some of your favorite fragrances. So stay tuned. Cue that intro. What's going on, my beautiful fragrance family? I hope each and every one of you are doing fantastic. I hope you're not too stressed out with all the holiday shopping, and welcome back to My2Scents. My name is Brian, and this is the channel all about helping boost your confidence through the art of fragrance and helping you become a lasting scent memory. So the kind folks over at Barrett Fragrances sent me over a couple of their fragrances. They sent me Safari Leather and Cabo Coast. Now, I have been spending some time with these fragrances. Honestly, didn't really have to put too much wearing into them to know exactly what they were, what they are inspired by, a clone of, a dupe, whatever you like to say. I know there's a lot of you out there, and I know there's a lot of people in Fragcom who don't appreciate clones, and I get it. To each their own. So this video might not be for you, but for those of you who are looking at saving a buck, then let's go ahead and get into today's whiffs and sniffs. So the first one I want to talk about is Safari Leather. Now, it's standard, presentation. They don't come in a bag or anything like that. They just, or a box. They come just like this. Got one of these long stem atomizers. They're not always my favorite, but they produce a lot of juice. Whew. And now my room is totally going to smell so much like African leather from Memo, because that's what Safari Leather is an inspiration of, or a clone. Honestly, this is a really good clone, a really good dupe of African leather. Now, I don't own African leather. I do have a decant, and I rocked it. I think it's a great fragrance. For me, it's a little too overpriced for the performance that I got out of it, but I may pick it up one of these days. I think it's a beautiful fragrance. So let's talk about Safari Leather versus African leather. One of the things that I love about African leather is, well, the leather aspect of it. Memo is known for just producing these beautiful leather fragrances, but that leather is in Safari Leather as well. Now, would I say that they're the same quality? Are they exactly the same fragrance? Well, I've never met a dupe that is 100% the original. But this is stinking close. Now, you're getting a beautiful blast of cardamom in this. It's spicy, it's sweet, it's a nice green cardamom, loads of saffron. There's a nice cumin in here, just like there is in African leather. But the oil concentration, the oils that Barrett Fragrances are using are top notch. I have to say, I've done a video with Barrett before, reviewing a few of their fragrances, and the oils are just crazy good. And they're using a really nice perfumer's alcohol as well. So it's not brash or harsh. It starts out very, very beautiful. I mean, very silky, smooth. There's no harsh edges. It's very polished and it's very well put together. Further in, you get that nice geranium, adding a nice touch of rose in there. The leather is soft, it's supple, it's got a little bit of a rough side to it as well, coming from that saffron. I don't really get any oud in this, just like I don't really get that much oud from African leather, but there's some beautiful musks in here, really giving it some lift, man. Honestly, this is a really good inspiration clone dupe, whatever you want to call it, of African leather, and it's super cheap. $54.99 gets you this. I think this is a 50 ml, so $1 an ml. It's pretty stinking good. But you can also use a discount code to get 30% off. It's not an affiliate code. If you just go over to their website, which is linked down below, they will tell you which code to use to get your 30% off. This would be a great stocking stuffer, or would just be a great alternative if you've run out of your African leather. Lasts on me all stinking day. Wore this to work about a week and a half ago, and everybody loved it. It's an attention getter. It'll pull the compliments if that's what you're looking for, but it's creamy. It's a beautifully put together leather, and it's a great alternative. So they sent me another one, and the one we're going to be talking about next is Cabo Coast. When I've sprayed this, I was like, man, I know this scent. Like, I know this fragrance. I've smelled it so many times before, but for some reason, I could not put my nose on it. So I reached out to Barrett. I was like, listen, man, I know I've smelled this before, but what is this? What is this a clone of? And it's Virgin Island water. I owned a bottle of Virgin Island water a really long time ago. I went through my bottle. I didn't really enjoy the performance. I'm just going to be completely honest with you. And this was I probably owned it in like 2016, 2017. I love the fragrance. It just does not stick to my skin. But this does. This sticks to me like glue. Now, this is not the right season to be rocking a fragrance like this, but luckily it's been warmer the past few days, and I decided to rock this to work. And when I say warmer, it's been the 70s. It's frickin' December. What is going on, Mother Nature? Give Tennessee some cool weather, please. Please. Now, I don't own Virgin Island water anymore, all right? But this is a scent profile that is hard to forget, to be honest with you. Because you get this really nice coconut and lime up top. You get the same atomizer. Now my room's going to smell crazy. All right, I'm not going to spray too much. I mean, the oil's literally, I wish you could see the dribble of oil all over my desk right here. And that's exactly what you get from this. Coconut and lime right up top. Almost like a nice Caribbean rum as well. You get a nice sweet and spicy ginger in here with some beautiful sweet florals like ylang-ylang, like fruity sweet florals, some nice sweet jasmine. It's a really well put together fragrance. Now, does it smell exactly like Virgin Island water? No, but it is a really good alternative. Virgin Island water, anything from the House of Creed, is kind of hard to dupe sometimes. Their openings are spectacular. Now, the opening on this is not as bright and beautiful as Virgin Island water, but once that opening kind of settles down, everything starts, blending together. It's pretty much Virgin Island water. Loads of clean white musks in this, some nice sweetness coming from probably some vanilla or some amber. But this thing just likes to cling to my skin. It lasted a full work day, so I had it on an entire 8 hours and it was still going. Now, projection on both Safari Leather and Cabo Coast are great. They definitely project for the first couple hours really well. Then they start settling down, but there seems to be something with both of these fragrances that happens to my nose. I kind of stop smelling them. I don't know if they're using Ambroxan, which most likely they are, possibly some ICO Super or some sort of synthetic chemical molecule that is just makes me go anosmic. Not as much on Safari Leather, but definitely on Cabo Coast. But I was probably about 6-7 hours into Cabo Coast and I got a compliment. I thought the fragrance was gone, but it wasn't. Somebody told me that I smelled like the beach in a good way, and I was like, well, please don't tell me I smell like sunscreen, because that's not what I want. But they're like, no, you just smell like holiday, and they were from the UK. They were staying at the hotel. So great. I mean, honestly, that means performance is great on these guys. Now, just because I got these for free does not mean that that's going to change my opinion whatsoever. If they weren't good, I'd tell you. But they are. They're good. What Barrett Fragrances is doing is taking really popular DNAs and making them more affordable. So if you want to smell great this holiday season, this Christmas, or you're looking at gifting somebody, something that just smells amazing and they're affordable, check out Barrett Fragrances. Like I said, I will leave their Like I said, I will leave their website linked down below. Go check them out. They have a huge lineup of fragrances now. When I first did my initial review of their first three, they didn't even have their website set up, but now they do. So go check them out. Let me know down in the comments if you have tried anything from the house of Barrett Fragrances. What are your thoughts on them? What are your thoughts on clones, honestly? I know, the economy and the way the world's going, everything's getting so much more expensive. All these designers and niche brands are upping their prices. I mean, let me know what you feel, how you feel about that. For me, I haven't been doing as many hauls. I'm putting together my Christmas haul right now, so you're going to want to stay tuned for that one. But if you enjoyed today's content, guys, do me a favor. Don't forget, like, comment, share, and subscribe. I hope you all have a fantastic rest of your day. But always remember, you are stinking beautiful. And until next time, happy scent trails.